So the Indian seed industry has had a considerably consistent growth in the last 15 years or so. This was mainly driven by an increasing use of, let's say, improved seeds by the farmers, whether they're hybrids or whether the GM technology which came in cotton. But a lot of improved seeds, both in hybrids and OP varieties, have come out in the last 15-20 years, which have actually helped the farmers also, and it has also helped the industry. If you also remember that 2002, the PPV and FR Act came, which actually gave some protection to the individual plant varieties, which were coming out of the research programs. That type of protection was very useful in increasing the research investments in the seed sector. So last 15 years, the increased research expenditure, investment I should say, has actually also given rise to some better quality seeds, better quality varieties which have come out in the system. For example, you take the case of forages. You know, forages have always been neglected in the country, but I think the seed industry has taken this up in the last 5-6 years, more or less about 8 years. Forages improvement has started in a big way. So we are now getting better quality forages to the farmers, and that in turn helps the dairy industry and others to actually use better quality feed for the animals. Similarly, on oil seeds front, also the industry is doing quite a lot in terms of improving the quality of the germplasm and improving the quality of the varieties. You take mustard, a lot of mustard varietal improvement has taken place, and hybrids have come. Soybean is not so great because soybean is still dominated by the public sector. But if you take a lot of money that is going into mustard, I think that is something which has actually helped. So I think a lot of work has happened, and but more should happen. Next to 10 years, if you see the challenges, biggest challenge is climate change, right? So unless the seed industry develops varieties which can withstand climate change, temperature increases or heavy rains like we had this year. So this year's heavy rains is a continuous phenomenon for the last 2-3 years. You know, it is happening that we get heavy rains. Flooding or droughts are also coming. So I think climate change is there for reality. It is only seed industry which has to develop varieties which can withstand climate change. Secondly, we need a lot of mechanization in agriculture. When you talk of mechanization, seed industry has to develop varieties which are suitable for mechanized agriculture. It's not that you can use machines in all the traditional varieties. It is not that easy, and so you need again, seed industry has to, for example, cotton picking. If you take today, cotton picking costs are almost 20% of the price that the farmer gets, very high. Most of the crops or labor costs are 40 to 60%. So if you have to mechanize these things, seed industry has to develop varieties. We are currently in India, the research spend is hardly 3 to 4% of the revenue by the seed industry. That means if you have a revenue of 18,000 crores, we are spending hardly 600, 700 crores on research out of that. Globally, the benchmarks are 10 to 12% of revenue. That means for an 18,000 crore business, we should be spending 1,800 to 2,000 crores on research. That is the benchmark. So we are far below, we are far behind in terms of the research expenditure. And one of the reasons is this, that there has not been enough encouragement. Intellectual property protection is also an important aspect of this. Parent material is freely stolen from the production fields. People steal parent material and produce same product in their own brand name. Apart from PPV and FR, even if you have that, of course, PPV and FR implementation also has to still improve in terms of enforcement at the ground level. India, we currently export hardly 600 to 700 crores worth of seeds. The global seed trade is around $14 billion. That's almost 1 lakh crores. So there are a few countries who have strategically positioned themselves for seed production for export purposes. like Chile is there, South Africa is there, and there are some other South American countries. They specialize in this. It's actually a business model for them. We have a huge variety of agroclimatic conditions in India where we can grow many types of crops, seeds we can grow. Most of the seed production is located in 2-3 states like Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat. These are the major states that grow seeds. So we need to look at, out of this 1 lakh crores market, can we get even a 10% share, which is around 10,000 crores? Can we reach that in the next, let's say, 7, 8 years, 9 years time? Similarly, rice, hybrid rice can actually go out from India. Similarly, you have many oilseed crops where we can produce seeds and export. Vegetables, for example, today we are exporting hardly 400 crores worth of vegetable seeds. This can go up. You know, vegetable seed export, China is the leader. And that position, looking at the way the geopolitical equations will change in this decade, India should grab that position. India should become a global leader in vegetable seeds, what is called custom production of vegetable seeds, which we can actually compete with China and do it. So we will need some investments for that purpose in some of the greenhouses, protected cultivation. We need special dry port facilities at, let's say, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Pune, and some of these places which are in the middle of the seed production hubs. We need that type of dry port facilities. We need custom warehouses, and we need what are called the phytosanitary certification agencies. So basically, if the farmer is able to get a better price for his produce and he improves his profitability, because that is the fundamental concept behind these reforms which have been announced. If the farmer is able to get a better price realization and is able to make more money, he will be encouraged to use better quality inputs, right? So I think that is one area which will help the seed industry indirectly. So that is what I would say indirectly. But the second area, which is I think very important, is the I would say the bill about contract farming. You know, the bill which allows for companies and farmers to enter into forward contracts, and the farmers will produce what different food companies and agricultural commodity companies need. There, I think seed industry should play a very important role in terms of offering the varieties which suit the requirements of the buying companies. I think seed industry's growth, like I mentioned earlier, will depend on how much of new research products we can bring into the market, new technology, how much we can bring into the market. We are all aware that there is a big logjam on GM crops in the country. You know, we haven't had a new approval for the last 15 years. BT brinjal has been on hold, and currently what has come out of IARA also, there is a huge discussion going on. So I think in general, there is no clarity on the regulatory regime for new technologies like GM or gene editing and things like that. We need clarity. We need predictable and science-based policy environment, which will tell me as a company, I know that if I invest this much in this new technology, I can get the benefits, I can get my returns in 5 years' time, policy will not change in between. We are all governed by SEED Act. The SEED Act will undergo some change, because the new SEED Act will be passed by the Parliament soon. SEED Act implementation is in the hands of the states. So each state will have its own way of interpreting and implementing. We are facing a lot of issues because of that. What we are what we are appealing to the government is that have some clarity about how each part of the SEED Act will be implemented in different states. For example, some states now say that they will allow only those varieties which are officially released by ICAR. Now, that is not there in the SEED Act, but each state will pass its own rules like that. Some states will say that unless you test in our state for 3 years, we will not give you permission. So these are all the problems we are facing currently. But tomorrow, when there is a registration system, that means each variety is undergoing testing for 2 years before it is registered, and then the registered variety is allowed in the states. It should happen automatically. It should not happen that again states will ask for testing. So there has to be some level of certainty and uniformity in the way the act is applied.